People gathering outside a Tesla dealership today protesting multi-billionaire Elon Musk and the government agency DOGE. Across the country, people have been targeting Tesla dealerships, rallying behind what's being called the Tesla takedown movement. Fox 21's Carolyn Belling is here to explain why people in Colorado Springs are joining the conversation.
Austin, protesters were saying that they are upset with the Tesla CEO because of his recent actions working with the Trump administration. They say their goal is to bring awareness to the public. Many across the country are lighting Teslas on fire and targeting Tesla showrooms, but people at today's protest say that they are not participating in any violent approaches.
This is about destroying democracy. And if we don't stand up and fight, we will lose it.
Dozens of people waving signs and chanting on Saturday in protest outside of the Tesla dealership in Colorado Springs.
By firing people, by closing the Department of Education.
People around the country are fed up with Tesla's CEO billionaire Elon Musk, who is leading efforts to fire federal workers. President Donald Trump appointed Musk to lead efforts to downsize the federal government.
I think there's one counter-protester over there. It's pretty gutsy of him.
Musk is in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, which made more than 100,000 cuts.
My ultimate goal is to energize other people, bring people together. I think, the sign says organize. I really believe that that's exactly what we need to do.
People across the country rebelling against the CEO's decisions, some even lighting fires to the electronic vehicles. But protesters in Colorado Springs say that is not the right way to take action.
No, I'm not into burning cars down or any of that. I think peaceful protest is really important.
Peaceful protest is the only true way to make any change.
DOGE has also pushed for freezing foreign aid and canceling thousands of programs.
What is very distressing is the number of people who've allowed themselves to be brainwashed to the point that every action they take is against their own best interest.
Protests were also held in Denver on Friday with thousands of people in attendance.
I created it last night. It's here. It says what I want to say in short terms.
And Tesla stock has tanked from its peak in January after President Trump's re-election.
Buy Tesla equals money to China.
Now, if you notice any suspicious behavior near Tesla dealerships or around any cars, you are asked to report it by calling the Colorado Springs Police Department. Austin, back to you.